I know I've drawn this structure in the past. Let's call this a BH for a black hole, and this a WH for a white hole. Very sophisticated. A black hole, okay, let's say this is the event horizon. Information comes in. We could just draw ourselves right here. Let's say this is like the cosmic radio background. So we just entered it. We're getting sucked towards the singularity, all that stuff spaghettified. We get to here, and I had another video where I had like a little gate with the nipple on the bag. What is this? Let's assume there's a white hole on the other end. There has to be a force here, is my theory. It's some kind of, I don't know. Maybe it's like, let's just draw another arrow so it's balancing. There's some force here because we know, boom, white hole, universe created. That's how, like, say when we look at the cosmic radio background, it seems like it's the other side of a black hole. Boom, an explosion came out of here. Well, that means this was like sealed off here until enough mass came in, and then boom, it started this process. Mm-hmm. So what is happening here? We call this the singularity. A guy on my channel, I still haven't read his, I need to read what he said, but he said it's like fluid here. It's not really a compressed point, but it's more like fluid. That's fine, but that would imply like stuff is leaking from this to this. Like, it might be fluid, but there's gotta be something sealing it off here. And my theory is there's an unknown force. And this unknown force only happens at the extremes. And this force could link quantum with gravity. I think there's a fifth force here, and it's occurring the extremes of the universe. That's where you're going to get the crazy stuff. So you get this compressed point. Something is preventing it for a long time until it gets all the mass in this entire structure, all the information. Once it gets it all, then it's released. So this force here is like balancing information. It's balancing mass or data, however you want to view this. It's like keeping it on this side. So like, is this side of the force heavier? Is it like a magnet? But it's not magnetism. We know that when it's not that. Is this side like heavier and it's pressing against this? Is this like, and then this side's like in balance with, and then once it gets it all, it becomes equal to this side, and boom, the gate opens. I think there must be a force here that's working like that. There has to be something invisible here. There's no physical gate. There's some kind of force here that prevents this white hole from forming until literally it has everything eaten and compressed to one point, and that's when you get it. So that's clearly some balancing force. I'm going to call this the BF, the balancing force. That's what I'm going to call this. If this is ever discovered in the future, I want it to be called, I'm going to put it in writing, in case anyone can't understand my dumb robot voice. I want it to be called the balancing force. Yeah, that's what I want it to be called. And my theory is that this side of it, my theory is it's almost like a magnet with some type of polarization, only like instead of a magnet where it's, I don't know, it's a magnet's like equal. I think this side actually has a stronger resistance force against it. So it's kind of like it's like a strong field and a weak field. And the weak field becomes equally as strong as the strong field once it gets all the matter and data and information. And then it opens this, and you get the other side of it, just like a big bang. We could call that a big bang. So I'm saying this is the BB, the Big Bang. This is the cosmic inflation, basically a white hole. And the reason it expands so fast, you have this extremely strong resistant force here. Basically, it's putting its hand up against a black hole. It's saying no. So when the black hole finally overwhelms it, and that's why it expands at such a rapid rate, because this force is insane. This is like the hand of God. It's the hand of something. It's a big gate. It's like no force we know. We call the strong force in our galaxy strong. This is magnitudes exponentially stronger. Probably something related to E equals mc squared strong, right? Because it's taking, we could probably calculate the force that this black hole would exert on this point by knowing the mass of this hole. And then this thing is going to be counter to that. So it's going to vary by black hole. And imagine how big it is in the supermassive black hole that contains, like, let's say there's one containing all of this stuff. Imagine how strong that force has to be in that structure. And you could then say in that, like, if we're in nested black holes, imagine how strong this gets. And what is this? I mean, it's the balancing force. I just discovered it.